Hello friends, this is our 8th lecture of thermal or steam and steam boiler from thermal engineering. In last lecture we have studied different mountings. Okay, different mounting we have seen. We also have discussed about what are the mounting and what are the accessories. Okay, the basic difference between mounting and accessories was mounting are used for generally safety uh, and control, and accessories are for efficient operation and smooth working. Okay, this is what accessories are. Now let's study about some accessories. First one is economizer, air preheater, superheater, feed pump and steam injector. All these are the accessories of boilers. Okay, boilers accessories. The fitting which are installed for increasing efficiency of steam power plant and help to work the boiler power plant smoothly is called as boiler accessories. Following are the example, and here is the first one, economizer. Okay, first one is economizer, water heater. Okay, we have to wait a second. So what we have to do, we have to heat the feed water with the help of flue gases, so that we will not lose any heat into the flue gases. Okay, so which will reduce the efficiency. Now this economizer is used for increasing efficiency by absorbing the heat from flue gases in the feed water. Okay, let's see that. Economizer is a device which utilizes the waste heat for heating feed water to boiler. These are classified two type: independent type and integral type. Okay, so this is the figure you can see. uh, Soot chamber you can see there. Cold water enters from here. Okay, here is the entrance for cold water. Okay, so let me show you that. Cold water enters over here, and this is the tubing. Cold water rises from here. Okay, from this tubing cold water rises. These flue gases flow from this point and exit from this point. Okay, then these are the scraper you can see mounted on the pulley. Okay, the pulley moves this scraper upward and downward, so that it will remove the soot formation or the soot form on the pipings. Okay, you can see the water outlet over here. The feed water, cool feed water enters here, and the hot water goes out from this upside. Okay, uh, cold water enters from here, these tubings, these are the scrapers, remove the soot from these tubings. This cold water get hot and it is fed to the uh, chamber. Okay, then here is a safety valve provided in case of any damage or chances of damage. Then soot chamber is here, because after this scrapper remove the soot from this tubes, this soot removed will fall into the this soot chamber. Okay, this is what the economizer is. Okay, uh, economizer. Next one, it consists of large number of pipe placed in the flue gas path. These tubes are connected to two horizontal tube or pipe, one at top, other at bottom. It is located in the path of flue gases between the boiler and chimney. The feed water enter from bottom in vertical tube and flows upward. As the water gain the heat from flue gas, it become hot, and so density decreases. Then the water flow out through the top horizontal pipe on the vertical tube. H-type shaped scraper is provided. The scraper move up and down by chain and pulley arrangement. The function of scraper is to remove soot deposited on tube. Otherwise, it reduces the efficiency of economizer. The blow of cork is also provided at back end of vertical pipe for removal of sediment deposit in bottom header. Okay, again see that, see this figure properly. Okay, and understand. This is Green's economizer. Okay, this is Green's economizer figure. Here is the side view, you can say. Okay, so bypass arrangement is also made over there, is also provided for flue gases, and feed water may be put in action when necessary. When economizer is in use, damper D1 and D2 open and D2 is closed. Okay, here see this, the flue gases, if we have to use the economizer, in that case remove this damper. Okay, the flow of gas will be like this, through this. But if we don't want to use economizer, in that case what you have to do, you just have to close this both. Okay, this D1 you have to close and this one you have to close. In that case what will happen, all the gases will directly go to the environment. Okay, but in case of utilization of this flue gas heat, in that case you have to remove this D1 and D2, you have to shift over here, so that the gases, flue gases will pass. Okay, this you have to close and this is to be open, so that all the flue gas will flow from here. So this is the bypass. Okay, bypass arrangement is also provided for the flue gases removal. uh, Next one is by closing, or so you can imagine how to do this, how to bypass the flue gases. Advantages are evaporative capacity of boiler increases, and then overall efficiency of plant is also increases. Then reduce thermal stresses as temperature differences decreases. There one is there air preheater. Okay, the air we have to feed to the combustion chamber, that must be preheated so that it will not absorb its latent heat or its sensible heat. Okay, uh, let's see what happen in this chamber or in this preheater, air preheater. It is like economizer. Okay, the function of air preheater is to increase the temperature of air before it enter the furnace. It is generally placed after economizer, so the flue gases passes through economizer and then to the air preheater. Okay, again see here, same arrangement is done as okay, as per the economizer. Here, from here, this hot flue gases enter and it exists from this side. Okay, at bottom in the figure it is not come. Okay, so flue gases flows in the direction, and hot air is passed like this by zigzag way, it is supplied to the furnace. Okay, so this is the figure, here you can see properly. Hot flue gases enters here, flue gases enters and goes like this. Okay, and then the cold air enters, and in this way it circulates and get heat from the flue gases and exhausted to the, or sorry, supplied to the furnace. And uh, this hot flue gases are exhausted to the environment via chimney. Okay, this is the air preheater. An air preheater consists of plates or tubes with hot gases on one side and air on the other. It preheats the air which is supplied to the furnace. Okay, now preheater is accelerate the combustion and increase the efficiency. These are of three type: tubular type, plate type, storage type. A tubular type air preheater is shown in the figure just we have seen. Advantages are preheater hot air gives higher furnace temperature, which improve the transfer of heat, hence increase evaporative capacity. Boiler efficiency increases by 2% for 35 to 40 degrees Celsius rise in temperature of air. Okay, this is too much. 2% means it is lot of or much more in case of high capacity boilers. Better combustion with less soot, smoke and ash, and low grade fuel can also be burned with less excess air. Okay, Now superheater, next one is superheater. Superheater is a device used to increase the temperature of steam above saturation temperature at constant pressure. Superheater are located in the path of flue gases so that the heat of flue gases is utilized. These are convective type and radiatant type superheater. It consists of two heater made of steel, of which a U steel tube attached. These tubes are arranged in bundles. The steam from boiler enter the discharges and through heater as shown by arrow. Also shows the arrangement of steam pipe. When the wet steam enter directly in main pipe, the valve C, B are closed and R is open. Here the valve arrangement is also shown. Steel tubes are provided. Water level is shown over there. Boiler is shown by this boiler name is provided there. Stop valve restrict the flow of steam, and when it is superheated, in that case it allow the flow of that steam. This is the figure. Look at this figure properly. Now next one is when steam passes to the superheater, valve A is closed and valve C and B are open. The function of damper F is to control the path of gases operated by hand wheel. Next one is feed pump. Feed pump. Function of feed pump is what it is supply to the water to the boiler. There are commonly two types: reciprocating pump and rotary pump. Reciprocating pump mainly consists of piston cylinder assembly. As the piston reciprocate in the cylinder, the water is displaced. It is of two types: single acting pump and double acting pump. A single acting, the discharge is intermittent as water is displaced by one side only. In double acting, discharge of water is continuous as the discharge of water through both sides. The rotary field pump are centrifugal type, which is driven by external power or by a small steam turbine. The rotary pump are consist of casing and impeller which rotate in casing and fitted on the shaft. Okay, so feed pump. By the way, you will very well, or you are very well known about this feed pump because we use this feed pump. Okay, where we use that reciprocating feed pump, we use it at washing center. Okay, washing center we use that reciprocating feed pump. Okay, which can raise the pressure of water uh, quite higher. And second one is centrifugal pump, which we use in uh, tube sorry in the wells we use that centrifugal pump. Next one is steam injector. Okay, steam injector is a device is to supply feed water to the boiler by steam pressure. The steam from the top enter the steam chamber whose outlet is in the shape of conversion nozzle. Here kinetic energy of steam is utilized to increase the pressure and velocity of the feed water. Figure shows a line diagram of steam injector. It consists of, we will see that it consists of steam chamber with a nozzle body having two and from the top which steam is entered and the water entered through other side. The water mixed with the steam at the combining nozzle and gets condensed. Due to condensation, the specific volume of steam increases, creating vacuum in the mixing chamber. Here is the steam injector shown. Okay, overflow pipe is shown, nozzle B where convergent divergent nozzle is used. Nozzle A, nozzle B are shown. Water entrance is also shown there. Steam spindle arrangement hand wheel for controlling the nozzle discharge. As vacuum create in mixing chamber, more water is sucked from the feed water tank. The mixture is then entered in diverging nozzle, where kinetic energy of mixture converted into pressure energy. This increase or of pressure is sufficient to force the water into the boiler through feed check valve. Okay, the feed check valve is seen in last unit lecture also. Simple and compact in construction, required less space. Advantages of this injector nozzles are ease in operation, thermal efficiency is high, and low initial and maintenance cost. Next one is steam dryer, or we can say steam separator. The steam available from boiler may be dry, wet or superheated, but in many cases there will be loss of heat from it during its passage through the steam pipe from the boiler to the engines, tending to produce wetness. The use of wet steam in an engine or turbine is objectionable. This is accomplished by the use of steam separator, whose function is to remove the water particle from the steam conversion to the engine or turbine, so that our blade will not damage or erode. It is installed near the engine or turbine. According to principle of operation of the steam separator are of three type: impact or baffle type, then reverse current type, and third one is centrifugal type. Okay. This following figure shows the baffle type of steam separator. The steam enter the flange A, okay, A, then and flows down. In its passage it strike the baffle B. As a result it gets deflected, but the water particle having greater density and deflect and higher inertia fall to the bottom of the separator. This drier steam discharge through the flange C to see water level of water collector. A water gauge is provided. The water collected in the vessel is removed in at interval through the drain pipe C, which is shown at the bottom. Uh, or the difference between mounting